Hello, folks. Welcome to NFL Week 2 predictions. Last week, I went 12-4, which is very impressive, by the way, for Week 1 to start the 2025 season. Impressive. So today, we began on Thursday night with the Washington Commanders and the Green Bay Packers at 8:15 p.m. Eastern on Prime Video. Green Bay is a 3.5-point favorites. Both of them are coming off wins, of course, for the Commanders. They can call themselves an easy win against the Giants. While for the Packers, they're coming off a big home win against the Detroit Lions. Plus, Micah Parsons got his first sack as a Green Bay Packer. This game's going to be a lot of fun. Being played in Lambeau, I can't think about Green Bay right now, but I'm going to pick the Packers to win it. Packers win it by 8. New York Giants take on the Dallas Cowboys at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Dallas is a 5.5-point favorites. Both teams looking to get their first wins of the season. For Dallas, it's feeling like this game should be in their hands. Of course, they're playing the Giants, which they have Russell Wilson. Should be a good one, but give me the Cowboys winning it by 12. Seattle Seahawks take on the Pittsburgh Steelers at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Pittsburgh is a 2.5-point favorites in this one. Pittsburgh looking to go 2-0 with Aaron Rodgers as their starter after an impressive win in MetLife against the Jets. While for the Seahawks, they're looking to rebound from that loss against the 49ers. But give me the Pittsburgh Steelers winning it. They'll win it by 5. Los Angeles Rams take on the Tennessee Titans at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Rams are a 5.5-point favorites. Tennessee will look to see Cam Ward making his home game debut, will look to start his first win as a Tennessee Titan after a disappointing loss to the Broncos. They get the Rams, who are coming off a huge win against the Houston Texans, and will look to keep that mojo going. Give me the Rams winning it. Rams win it by 7. Buffalo Bills taking on the New York Jets at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Buffalo is a 6.5-point favorites. Bills are coming off a comeback victorious win against the Ravens after down by 15 points and put 16 unanswered points in the fourth quarter. They go to MetLife and take on the Jets, who their offense should probably be the X factor against the Bills defense. Should be a lot of fun. However, I'm going to take the Bills. Josh Allen's there. Give me the Bills by 3. New England Patriots take on the Miami Dolphins at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern on CBS. Miami's a 1.5 favorites. Miami looking to rebound after a 8-33 loss to the Colts. They welcome the 1-0 Pats, who came off a tough home loss against Geno Smith and the Raiders. Give me the Patriots bouncing back against the Dolphins. Upset win here. Patriots win it by 3. Jacksonville Jaguars take on the Cincinnati Bengals at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Cincinnati is a 3.5-point favorites. It is Trevor Lawrence versus Joe Burrow, number 1 pick versus number 1 pick. And of course, both quarterbacks know each other in the 2020 National Championship game. But now they're going at each other. Jacksonville will look to keep this going after an impressive win against the Panthers at home, while the Bengals are looking to avoid a slow start this year. Give me the Bengals. Hopefully go to 2-0. Bengals win it by 5. San Francisco 49ers take on the New Orleans Saints at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. San Francisco is a 2.5-point favorites. 49ers are banged up, of course. Brock Purdy, unclear to see where his health goes for this game. Kittle, of course, we know he is out 3 to 5 weeks with a hamstring injury. John Jennings, we'll see if he'll play this week against a Saints team that were playing very confident against the Cardinals, but they had that heartbreaking game moment where Juwan Johnson had the football in his hands, a chance for them to tie the game and go to overtime. Instead, it was dropped, and the Saints dropped to 0-1. This should be a lot of fun, but give me the 49ers. I think their defense will slow them down. Niners win it by 10. Cleveland Browns take on the Baltimore Ravens at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Baltimore is an 11.5 point favorite. This is the highest spread of the week. Ravens are coming off a heartbreaking loss to the Bills. They welcome the Browns, who their defense showed up, their offense showed up. The special teams is a iffier right here. Big rivals between these two teams, but give me the Ravens by 12. Chicago Bears take on the Detroit Lions at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Detroit is a 6.5 point favorite. Detroit and Chicago will meet each other in an old classic rivalry. Plus, let's add this in this rivalry. Ben Johnson is the new head coach for the Bears, and they're coming off a loss to the Vikings. While for the Lions, they're coming off a tough loss on the road against the Green Bay Packers. Which team responds in week 2? I'm going to say the Detroit Lions get the W. Lions win by 4. Denver Broncos taking on the Indianapolis Colts at 4:05 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Denver is a 1.5 favorite. Broncos country will look to keep going with a 2-0, hopefully to go 2-0 record. While they got a stingy Colts team that impressed everyone with Daniel Jones as their starting quarterback with an impressive performance against the Dolphins defense. There's some rivalry moments, of course, between the Colts and the Broncos. Of course, Peyton Manning was drafted from the Colts, then signed with the Broncos. He was the first quarterback to win in Super Bowls in different teams. Should be a fun game, but give me the Broncos. They win it by 4. The Carolina Panthers take on the Arizona Cardinals at 4:05 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Arizona is a 6.5 point favorite. The Panthers will look to get back on track after an embarrassing loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars on the road. They head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals, who came in clutch against the New Orleans Saints. Will they go 2-0, or will the Panthers scratch themselves into 1-1 record? I prefer this as the upset of the week. Give me the Panthers winning it by 5. It is time for America's Game of the Week. This is the Super Bowl rematch. Super Bowl 59, by the way. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs at 4:25 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Philadelphia is a 1.5 favorites. The defending champions will look to go 2-0 this season against the Chiefs, who are dealing with some issues after last week's loss to the Chargers. Of course, Xavier Worthy, we'll see if he'll play this week. This game is a must-win game for the Chiefs because they cannot afford to start 0-2 this year. And plus, if they start 0-2, then their dynasty is over. I know I can't pick the Chiefs, but I have to. In this kind of scenario, they need to win this game against the defending champions, who last year's Super Bowl, of course, they crushed them down. So give me the Kansas City Chiefs winning it by 3. Sunday Night Football, the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings at 8:20 p.m. Eastern on NBC. Minnesota is a 3.5 point favorite. This game would be an important game for both quarterbacks. It is the rematch of the national championship match between both quarterbacks who know each other in that championship game. It is J.J. McCarthy versus Michael Penix Jr. going at each other. Atlanta, coming off a heartbreaking loss to the Bucs, will look to prevent that against the Vikings, who impressively came back from down 6-17, and they won it heavenly against the Bears. Should be a good one. Give me the Vikings. I think Brian Flores will bring the blitz with Michael Penix at quarterback. So give me the Vikings by 6. Then a doubleheader on Monday night. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Houston Texans at 7 p.m. Eastern on ABC and ESPN. Houston is a 2.5 point favorite. Tampa coming off a great win on the road against the Atlanta Falcons. Can they do it again against the Texans, who are coming off a tough loss on the road to Los Angeles? Now to get the stingy Buccaneers team and Emeka Buka. Probably should have a big game, but I have the Houston Texans getting this win. Texans win it by 5. And finally, the Los Angeles Chargers take on the Las Vegas Raiders at 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. The Chargers are 3.5-point favorites. Both teams will look to go 2-0 in a tight race for the AFC West this year. Of course, it's earlier, by the way. Chargers will look to go 2-0 in the Jim Harbaugh era in year 2, but coming off a big win against the Chiefs in Brazil. They'll take on the Raiders, who impressive win on the road against the Patriots. Will look to do that in home. Ashton Jeanty makes his home game debut against a Chargers team that impressively takes down the mighty Chiefs. So give me the Chargers. Chargers win it by 4. And that's it for my NFL Week 2 predictions. Hello there. If you have not seen my other videos, go check them out on my channel. Of course, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell for more sports news.